What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to teach you how to play the opening theme from One Punch Man. It's a favorite anime of mine. And for this one, you're going to be in drop D. That's the first thing. So the very first part, you're just fading in an open D power chord like this. Play your chord, and then roll your volume knob up. The next part goes like this. So it's first just a bunch of power chords. So you have 0, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6. That's the first half of it. And then you have 0, 3, 5, 6, 7. So the whole thing's like this. Then you repeat the first half again. 0, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6. And then this is kind of a hard skip right here. You jump all the way up to the B string and the G string. And you're going to play 6 on B, 5 on G, and an open E string. I've also seen some people play 6 on B, 5 on G, and then 5 on the B string. But I kind of like playing that open E because it makes this dissonance ring out. Alright, so that's the first part. Another thing about this song, the way that I've done it, is I've tried to mix a bunch of different parts. So I'm kind of doing some rhythm parts, some lead parts. But anyways, back to the song. The very next part is the lead part that you probably recognize the most from the song, and it goes like this. So initially I had this in one position, and I've seen a bunch of different tabs that do it maybe a slightly different way. But when I listen to the song, you can hear some really distinct slides in the lead part. First going into the first note, and then there's a couple more throughout. So that's why I've kind of done it this different way. It's just 2 strings, and it ends up being a little funky at first, but I think it sounds the most like the original. So you're going to start on the B string, you slide. I just slide from 10 to 12, or you can start a little bit lower if you want. And then go up to the E string, 9, 10, and that's it for that position right there. And then you're going to slide up to 15 on E, and do 15, 14, whoops, and then 15 on B. So you have, and then you have 17 on B, 15, 14 on E, 17, 15 on B. And that's the first half of it, so it's like this. And also you can slide into that 17 on B if you want to. So the next part, or the next half of it repeats for a little bit, and then it kind of, the ending is a little bit different. So it goes like this again. And then when you get to that 17 is where it changes. And this is where it gets kind of hard. So unless you've been playing it in one position kind of further up here. So that's 17 on B, 18, 17, and then 19, 21 on the high E string. So that sounds kind of interesting because it's got this tritone. So that whole lead part, one more time, is like this. And that's it. So maybe some of you are watching this video just to learn that, because that's kind of the signature part. But stick around for the rest of it, because it's actually a lot of fun doing it this way, where you mix the lead and the rhythm. So from there, you go all the way down to an open D string and 3rd fret. So D string, or 6th string now is a low D string. And you're going to do 0 and 3 like this. So it's like... and that's it for that little part. Then you go and you do some octaves. On the A string, you have 9th fret A, and then skip the D string, mute it if you can, and 11th fret G. So you start out there. So you're just doing 16th notes. I'm doing up and down strokes. And you do the 9th fret octave and then the 10th fret octave. So you have. So then you go back, after the octaves, you go back and do that little 0-3 part twice in a row. And then from there, you just have kind of you hit the open D power chord, and then you do some sort of muted 16th notes for 2 measures. And at the end of that, it sounds like they kind of just come out of the palm mute and do a couple of open strums on that D power chord. So, or whoops. And then back to lead. So. This part was really hard to hear exactly what was going on, but I definitely hear this sort of like that just makes sense to me right there, because it's kind of part of a pentatonic pattern that is used a lot. So I definitely hear that, and I hear them going back and forth between that 13 and 15 on the beat. But use your own ears and see if maybe you hear it a little bit differently. That's totally fine. This is kind of just a roadmap for this part. So then after that, you go back to rhythm, doing some octaves. This one's on the 5th fret A string, and then 12, 13, 12, 12, 12. So the next part is a lot of octaves, and it's just going to be on the G string and E string, high E string. So the first one is the 11th fret G string, and then when you're doing an octave here, you know, instead of 2 frets, they're 3 frets apart. So it'll be 11th fret and 14th fret. So far that's 11. You're just doing 16th notes on all of these. 11, 12, 11, 9, 8, 9. And then the second half of this part, still octaves. You're going to be doing 16th notes still, and for this it's just going to be 2 beats, or 2 quarter notes worth of 16th notes. So 8 16th notes for each one of these next shapes. So you have 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 14. And then it goes down to a 7th fret power chord on our 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. And that's kind of the rhythm I was doing there. But it might be slightly different. I just kind of shorten it at the end so I can get up to the next part, which is deceptively challenging. The next part is probably the hardest part to me. So it's just straight 16th notes, and it's just going to be these frets right here, 12 on B, 14B, 15B, and 12 high E. And that's mainly it. You're also going to do 15, 14 on E as well. So it goes like this. And that's one time through it. You kind of repeat it almost all the way through, except for the last measure. You just hold the 14th fret of the B string. So the second half of it's like this. And then into, whoops. So you do that signature sort of lead there twice, and then at the end of this song you go like this, 9th fret power chord. So it's kind of like, it's not even a whole measure, I don't think there, because you're just doing these like 16th notes with a little 16th note rest, and then another one. And you just do that 3 times. So that's it for the intro to One Punch Man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.